As I mentioned in our opening monologue tonight, CNN fired their contributor, Marc Lamont Hill, for his outrageous comments about Israel. But it's only the latest example of insanity at the so-called Facts First network. Here's some more of their hysterical, insane, crazy, biased coverage.
Is this president trying to impersonate Hugo Chavez, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Vladimir Putin?
What a great case officer Vladimir Putin is. He knows how to handle an asset, and that's what he's doing with the president.
When do we see almost a shadow government come out and say, we cannot side with the government?
Why is President Trump showing sympathy for white nationalists and other hate groups?
What does that tell you in America that in one generation called you? What does that tell you, Don?
We can surely say his words have absolutely emboldened white supremacists.
16 tweets today to start the new year, some of them deeply disturbing. These are the messages from a person who is not well, from a leader who is not fit for office.
Now, he's President Snowflake, okay? Everything he said, oh, they're mean to me and they don't like me and I just don't understand it and it's not fair. This was a white lash. This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president in part.
All right, now we bring in Joe Concha, media reporter for The Hill. And I guess my favorite in all of that is Van Jones or maybe Dr. Humpty Dumpty giving his diagnosis.
Yeah, I don't think we should ever really be giving, with somebody, as somebody who's married to a doctor, you probably don't want to play a doctor on TV when you're basically, doing a diagnosis from afar. Yeah, that's never a good look. Look, obviously, Marc Lamont Hill, Sean, had to be fired in this situation. You mentioned it before. Free Palestine from the river to the sea. That's right out of a Hamas script that calls for the annihilation of Israel. No question about it. I'm not big on firings and in these sort of situations, but this was unavoidable. But here's the thing. CNN has somewhere to around 40 to 50 contributors underneath their umbrella. So firing Marc Lamont Hill isn't that hard of a thing to do because you have 3-4 dozen other people you could just plug in there. The other bigger names that you showed during that montage, people that are on the air more, people that are anchors on that network or host shows, they're a lot harder to fire in these situations. I'm not calling for them to be fired because, look, if we were to fire every single person that called the president a racist or a fascist or questioned his mental health on national television, 90% of this industry would be working at Walmart for the holidays. Yeah.
I am arguing it's literally almost every second of every minute, of every hour, of every day. Stormy, stormy, stormy. Russia, Russia, Russia. S-hole, S-hole, S-hole. Michael Avenatti TV. It's...
Not anymore.
They say they're reporters. I'm a talk show host. I do some objective reporting, investigative reporting, do a lot of opinion. I'm the whole newspaper. But they say they're news. They're dishonest.
Well, then that's the thing, right? I mean, if we were to talk about, say, a Don Lemon, for example, he's called an anchor on the network. He's somebody who gives opinions. It gets confusing after a while. Same thing with Anderson Cooper or Chris Cuomo. They are anchors. Therefore, they should be on there asking questions and gathering information, or Jim Acosta at White House briefings, asking questions, gathering information. Instead, all of these people share their innermost feelings on certain topics, their emotions. They debate in certain situations, and that's not what the job is. And I think that's where mistrust comes to within people watching at home and watching the media. They don't know who the anchors are from the opinion people, from the pundits anymore.
And then
when they hear
any of these people
when they hear a side being given, then they don't know what to conclude from that because it sounds like you're trying to draw the viewer to a conclusion instead of letting them draw their own conclusions. And I think that's a big problem in our industry right now, no question.
Listen, I admit I'm a talk show host. We sometimes do straight news. We sometimes do opinion. Sometimes do investigative reporting. But we tell you we do it all. They say they do one thing. They don't.